What is up, guys? Welcome back to S3M2 Football and welcome to today's football preview video. For this one, we're looking at some action taking place this weekend in the UEFA Nations League. And for today's video, we will be focusing on the fixture being played on the 17th of November. That is the Sunday that sees Italy hosting France. We start off our team analysis here with the home side being Italy. The last 5 fixtures for the Azzurri have ended in 4 wins and 1 draw. Italy's last match was a 1-0 win in the Nations League earlier last week against Belgium. In these last 5 fixtures, the Azzurri have scored 12 goals and conceded 5 goals. The first player that I'd like to talk about for Italy has got to be Atalanta centre forward Matteo Retegui. In 17 appearances, it's 6 goals and 1 assist for Retegui. But in this player, I think Italy have a centre forward who's very quick, he's very direct, and he's very efficient. Retegui is not the kind of centre forward who wastes the opportunities that he gets, and he does try to score goals as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Next up, I want to talk about Juventus defensive midfielder Manuel Locatelli. In 29 appearances, Locatelli has scored 3 goals and provided 2 assists. In Locatelli, I think Italy have a holding midfielder who's very intelligent, he's very good with his tackling and his ball winning, but he's also the kind of player who can be used to dictate the tempo at which the game is played. This is a player who knows how to string together a series of passes and then just slice opposition defenders open if he needs to. And finally, I want to talk about PSG goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma. In 70 appearances, Donnarumma has conceded 58 goals, but he's kept 29 clean sheets. In Donnarumma, I think Italy have a goalkeeper who's very agile, he's got great reflexes, his response time is fantastic, and I think Donnarumma is that kind of goalkeeper who's just able to adapt very, very well to certain situations. In terms of injuries, I think Italy are still going to be missing Calafiori at left back and Scamacca at centre forward. But I think coach Luciano Spalletti still has enough players to set his team up in their 3-5-2 formation. This is a very typically Italian formation with that defensive trio. We do see teams like Juventus and Inter Milan use it. And I think up front we might see Barella partnering Retegui or even Raspadori just to help him alleviate some pressure in terms of getting goals. Locatelli or Tonali could be used to anchor this midfield, with Di Marco or Udogi providing a bit of width in that left wing-back position. And then I think we could see Di Lorenzo either as the right centre-back or even as a right wing-back to just give them some width on that wing. Either way, I think Italy are still going to be looking to play on the counter, just absorbing as much pressure as they can, and then just unleashing those wing-backs out wide, while we'll see the midfielders flooding the box centrally, just looking to pick the ball up and cause havoc if they can. For the away team, France, the last 5 fixtures for Les Bleus have ended in 3 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. France's last match was a 0-0 draw at home against Israel earlier on this week in the Nations League. In these last 5 fixtures, France have scored 9 goals, but they also have conceded 5 goals. The first player I'd like to talk about for France has got to be AC Milan goalkeeper Mike Maignan. 27 appearances for Maignan, 17 goals conceded, 15 clean sheets. So that's a clean sheet every second game. In Mike Maignan, I think France have a goalkeeper who's a great shot stopper, but he's also a defensive leader. A lot of the time you do see Mike Maignan barking orders at his defensive line, just sort of structuring them properly and making sure they're aware and alert as to where the opposition's threat lies. Next up, I want to talk about Liverpool centre-back Ibrahima Konate. 20 appearances for Konate, no goals or assists. But in this defender, I think France have a player who's very aggressive and very physical. He's the kind of player who loves to get those tackles in, loves to win the ball back. But Konate can also provide a bit of a threat for this team if they're looking to float the ball in aerially from corners and free kicks. And finally, I want to talk about Bayern Munich right winger Michael Olise. 4 appearances for Olise so far for his national team, no goals, no assists. But in Olise, I think France have a winger who's very quick, he's got great ball control, and he's very creative. Olise can go out wide, he can create chances for others, he can cut in and take shots himself. He's a player who's always looking to make some action happen whenever he has the ball at his feet. In terms of absentees, this team is definitely missing some very important players. The first, obviously, Antoine Griezmann has retired. Lucas Hernandez is still injured at centre back. Olivier Giroud at centre forward has also left the team. And now Kylian Mbappe in centre forward as well has just decided to not travel with the team due to personal reasons. I think all of these things sort of show us that there are definitely issues with this France team. But Didier Deschamps is still going to line his team up in their 4-3-3 attacking formation with N'Golo Kante and Kamavinga in the midfield to just win the ball back aggressively and then cycle it forward to those attacking players. I think Zaire Emery in the midfield is going to be used to do a lot of running, both on the ball and off it. On the ball, he'll probably be the one carrying the ball from the midfield into those attacking areas. But I think it will be down to players like Michael Olise and Bradley Barcola out wide to give this team a bit of width and to just stretch the opposition as far as they possibly can. I think then it will be down to Kolo Muani to get the goal centrally. But either way, I think France are still going to stick with playing counter attack, just looking to use all of that phenomenal pace everywhere in this team, from the defenders, the midfielders, all the way up to the center forwards, to just outpace, outrun, and just outmaneuver the opposition defenses. Okay, on to the head-to-head and the S3M2 verdict. The last five fixtures between Italy and France have ended in 2 wins for Italy and then 3 wins for France, so it doesn't look good for the Azzurri. In terms of goal output in their last 5 matches, Italy have scored 8 goals, but France have scored 9 goals. So there too, it looks like France are literally one up on the Italians. But in terms of their Nations League ranking right now, in their group, Italy are first with 13 points and France are second on 10 points. So just 3 points separating the two teams going into the final match day of the group stage. And France will be looking to win this one so that they can get top spot and just sort of make life a little difficult for Italy in the knockout stages. For Italy, that clean sheet against Belgium was the first time the Azzurri were able to keep a clean sheet in the Nations League this season. And that's a major issue for an Italian team. They're usually structured to be as solid as possible in those central areas, but Italy have been sloppy defensively, very sluggish in terms of getting rid of the ball, getting it out of those dangerous areas. And I think now with a player like Sandro Tonali back, I think it takes a lot of pressure off the defenders because now they have a midfielder who can sort of give them more defensive cover if the team is caught on the counter, but he can also cycle the ball forward a little better than other players. I think Tonali is a player who really can be used to dictate the tempo of the match as well, and I think him coming back is a great sign for Italy. It takes so much pressure off players like Locatelli and Barella in terms of just running the midfield game for Italy. Italy are looking very, very good, I must say. I'm very impressed with what I see from them, and it seems like this team just gets better and better. They've struggled in terms of getting a center forward. Ciro Immobile was the center forward for a period of time, but he just was not getting the goals. And then Scamacca stepped up and it looked very good, but then Scamacca got injured. Now they've turned to Scamacca's club partner, Retegui, who plays for Atalanta as well, just to sort of get them some sort of attacking threat from that center forward position. Speaking of center forward positions, France are without Kylian Mbappe, and that for them is a major issue. This entire France team is built around Kylian Mbappe. It's a team built to play the style of football that suits him best. Mbappe is a very quick player. He loves to use his pace to just catch opposition defenders sleeping. And so this team was set up to sort of just win the ball back as quickly as possible and then cycle it forward to a player like Mbappe centrally or to the wingers who can then stretch the opposition and give Mbappe a little bit more space. Either way, this team is going to be looking to use all of their pace that they have up front to just do their usual jobs, but to also do Kylian Mbappe's job now as well. And I actually think that France do have a bit of inside info on how Italy will look to approach this game. Players like Theo Hernandez and Mike Mignon play for AC Milan. Players like Marcus Thuram play for Inter, and then Rabiot plays for Juventus. So all of these players are familiar with how Italian football is played and how the Italian players like to approach games. So I think they will sort of know exactly what the weaknesses and the strengths of all their teammates and their rivals are. I think because this match will be between two counter-attacking teams, it will be very frantic. It will be end-to-end stuff with the ball moving from one end to the other in a matter of seconds. And we'll see a lot of players just getting caught in the wrong position or getting caught out of position, and then just the opposition trying to take advantage of that. I think also it's worth noting that despite the fact that they actually didn't do too well in those last 5 matches against France, Italy were able to score in all of those matches. So at least they're able to get goals. But I think right now, the main factor here is pressure. For Italy, it is pressure to continue on the streak where they're just doing so well in the Nations League. And for France, it's pressure to prove that they can perform without Mbappe and they can still win this group if they try hard enough. I think that for me is definitely something that is going to play a lot on all of these players' minds. I think both of these teams are still guaranteed a spot in the knockout stage, so that's a massive positive. But I think they'll obviously want to win their group. Between these two teams, though, I do think that Italy have a better chance of doing that. I think Italy have the individual and collective quality, they have the self-belief right now. But I think more importantly, they've put themselves in a very strong position here. Italy can go out and play for a draw and they'll still qualify as group leaders, but France have to win. My final score prediction for this one is going to be Italy 2, France 1. I think the French do score, but when I look at Italy, when I look at how solid they are, when I look at how determined this Italian team is, I really can't bet against them. Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time and the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now, along with that subscribe button. So you know exactly what to do. Thank you so much. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And have a great day out there. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Stay safe.